Gotta do a sound check, and then we'll get into this juicy stuff. My hair looks horrible today, but you know what they say. All right, so welcome to the Crypto Boss Ninja channel. Making sure the sound is working. We are live on YouTube, so if you guys want to see the entire screen, go check it out on YouTube. So with that being said, guys, let's get into Bitcoin. I did a Bitcoin update, I believe, on TikTok. I didn't post it to YouTube, but I did a TikTok update on earlier today. Did a crypto Bitcoin update on TikTok today. And I said, if Bitcoin can break out of here and get above and stay above 40,200, I think I said, I'd have to go back and watch what I said. But I know that we got the breakout higher, and either way, we broke out to the upside, and I'm in a long trade from like 42,200 is where I entered the long trade, and I probably should flip the screen so that you guys can see it. So that's where I entered the trade, and I'm up nicely on that 106x leverage. Let me flip the screen so that you guys can see the... All right, so right now we're at 61 on the Fear and Greed Index, and that's where we're sitting. So we are in greed on that. I want to get that out of there. So I want to go back and check on Bitcoin, and right now, so on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin, just to start on the higher time frames, I think that's always a good idea to do. Bitcoin right now is sitting at $43,500. I am going to do another update for Bitcoin, though, and record it because a lot has happened since this morning, so I thought we should probably go over it. Welcome to the Crypto Boss Ninja channel, the best channel in crypto on TikTok and YouTube. Let's look at the weekly chart for Bitcoin. Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is making a higher low. You can see that we have 5 days and 23 hours until the next candle close, but right now Bitcoin is looking really juicy for a continuation to the upside longer term. The weekly chart's about to rip, guys, on Bitcoin, and it hasn't even reset, and we're probably already put the low in. The 3-day chart for Bitcoin right now has barely even gotten started. I know the daily's overbought, but the 3-day has a lot more momentum to go. So really what you need to see, the daily needs to correct, put a higher low in, which I think is very likely given the 3-day and weekly situation, and that's what I would expect. It's going to put a lower, right now on the daily, you're going to put a lower high in wherever we top out here, 45K, wherever it's at, and then you're going to put a higher low in. That's what I would predict. As long as you stay above 38.7, 38.8, that's a higher low on Bitcoin. If we look at the 4-hour chart right now, though, Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart is basically topped out. It doesn't mean you can't get the stocks pinned and keep going up. It's going parabolic right now. The 1-hour chart, I think, is overbought as well. But then when we look at the 15-minute chart, that has a little more steam, but not much more. It's probably also about to be topped out, but that's still a higher high, and you broke out of this initial wedge that you had way down here earlier today. You broke out to the upside. I was long from $42,200. I made a TikTok video about that, giving you the situations and what to watch for, and now we made a huge move to the upside, and we're making a bull pennant on the smaller time frames, such as the 15-minute. The measure move is just higher than 44.4, where you have resistance. So if Bitcoin sees 44.4 tonight, it's a possibility. What you need to see right now is a 15, maybe get a little more steam, but probably the 15 is going to come down, retest this breakout zone, and then break out to the upside and continue the move to the upside. So I think the 15 is going to put a higher low in here when it corrects, and then you would look for a move to the upside. And the invalidation point for a move to the upside, and then you should be looking for a dump to the downside, is really a move below $42,800. I actually opened up this crazy trade on the 1-minute chart earlier today, and I'm still in this trade because the price has never gone below the 200 smooth moving average, which is right now at $43,119. If you lose that level, I'll be out of the trade. But this entire day, for the last 12 hours or 10 hours or so, you've stayed above that level, and I've been in the trade ever since. And I actually entered the trade beautifully right when it broke out. I think so I entered this trade right here at 42,200, just a little bit higher than that. And that after it closed one entire candle above the 200 simple moving average, or smooth moving average, I should say, I entered the trade. And ever since, you've been in the money on this 1-minute chart all day, because you've been continuing to go up. So that's what I'm looking at. But longer term, going back to the longer term time frames, I believe Bitcoin's going to be really bullish on the weekly, put a higher low on. I think the 3-day is going to continue up. And I think the daily needs to make a higher low on Bitcoin. I think that's going to happen. And the price levels I'd be watching for right now are 44.4, that's the next resistance, and if you don't get above that, look for 42,000 as strong support. If you break 44.4, look for 45.1, and if you break 42K, then I'll have to make another video. If you guys enjoyed this update, I appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Join the Telegram group, it is free to join, and if you guys have requests for other coins, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys at the next update. So that's where I stand on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not going to go back to 34,000 because that'd be a lower low, and that would invalidate whatever I just said. So I don't know if you're not listening or if you just disagree with me, but get a load of this, guys. This is a new coin that just came out on Mexc. It's called JB 2024. I'm not sure I understand it. It came out, it's something I would probably not touch unless I put 50 bucks in to gamble. It came out at 403. It went as high as 39.75, so I think that's a 10x. I'm pretty sure. Let's just see. It's basically an 8x. I think it's, yeah, that's a 10x. So it did 10x there, and then it dumped really hard from that 10x. It went down. Let's see how far it went down. It went down 92% from the high. And this all happened today. And then from the next local low you put in, which is a lower low, you went up another 359%. Maybe it was even higher than that. So 368%. That is absolutely ridiculous. And now from that last local high that this shitcoin put in, it is it's, yeah, I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me just chart this properly. Now it's down 50% from the highs. This is a coin you can make some serious money on or lose everything. Probably more likely to lose everything. I don't know what the market cap is. The volume's only a few 100,000 on Mexc, so I'm not sure how these coins even get approved to be listed, because when you go look at the pancake swap version of this coin, it only has like a $100 volume, so I'm not sure how that makes any sense. But that is kind of what we got going on right now. So that's the newest shitcoin to be launched. I'm still on this trade on Creo coin. It still looks good to me. The 4-hour chart is about to make a higher low on Creo, so still something to have on your radar is Creo coin. Thank you for the follow, Aaron. I guess I'm a little bit behind on comments. Hold on. Thoughts on Bonk? Let me look at that. 45K, then Dump City. That's a possibility, but I don't think 45K is... Actually, 45.1 is resistance, and then 47.2. Let me go look at Bonk coin really quick. You know why no one's watching right now? It's because I don't have my music playing. The other day when I streamed, I had my music playing, and I don't know. That made a big difference for everyone watching on TikTok. We still have no one watching on YouTube, but I'm going to get that going before I look at Bonk really quick. Maybe it won't make any difference, but maybe it will. All right, so Bonk is, let's look at Bonk. BONKUSDT. Starting on the weekly time frame for this meme coin, it looks like it's in a falling wedge. It looks like Bonk is going to definitely make a higher low, even more bullishly than Bitcoin. So that's a falling wedge on the weekly time frame. I don't know what the market cap is for this. Is it under $1 billion? I have no idea. Either way, this looks really juicy, and I might... I'm already in trades on Creo, but if I wasn't in trade on Creo, this could be a possible play. I don't know. We're going to have to chart this really quick and figure out what's going on. So that the weekly time frame is saying 25, which is just over a double up, could happen for a Bonk coin. If you look at the 3-day time frame, that's ready to cook as well in that falling wedge, even on the 3-day. That looks bullish. 3 days crushing bullishly on the stock RSI. I like that for Bonk. The daily chart right now on Bonk looks good as well. Again, that's another falling wedge. Same falling wedge, I should say, but it's in a falling wedge on all of these time frames. So I like what I'm seeing. The smaller time frames are really confirming this move to the upside on Bonk. You're also above the 200 simple moving average and 200 moving average, so I like that as well. And that would have told you to buy all the way down here, and if you would have done that, at the high, you would have been up 20x your money if you would have bought when it crossed. Actually, technically, it crossed. If you did it based on the daily, you would have been up about, well, still 5x. You know, you have to wait for one entire candle to be above it, but still. And I bet the smaller time frames are even more crazy than that. Although the smaller time frames you would have been stopped out there, but still, that would still been you still would have made a lot of money if you would have just entered the trade after it crossed the yellow line, just to keep it really simple. Let's just see how much you would have been up. I think it's going to be a ridiculous amount. You would have been up 37x your money, and you would have been stopped out right there. So that would have been a crazy trade nonetheless. Either way, bonk looks really good on the 4-hour time frame as well. If I just zoom back in, it's still in that falling wedge, I guess, on the 4-hour, which is great to see. Trying to cross the 200 simple moving average again, and that's a higher low, I think, on the 4-hour. Yeah, that is a higher low. So bonk to me looks like it could do a double up here, I think. Let me just make sure I'm not... Yeah, let me just make sure that's right. That's more than a double up. That's a lot more than a double up. Bonk looks really good to me on the daily and 3 days. So what is market for bonk now? Because now I'm really curious. B-O-N-K. This might be one I need on my radar. It's on the Solana chain. Market cap 765. It's almost $1 billion market cap. So I would be looking for bonk to do some damage here in the coming days and weeks. I'll add that to my watch list. I'll get rid of YFI because I don't like YFI. I don't care about YFI. I'll get rid of UMA because I don't care about UMA. And I'll get rid of Ethereum too because this is a complete shit coin that literally went to shit. And the same thing is probably going to happen with Joe Biden coin. But I like watching these shit coins just to see what happens because it's, I don't know, it's fun. Even if I'd never touch Ethereum too, but it's kind of fun to see the mayhem happen in front of you. I don't know how it's still overbought because it got the correction, but anyways, that's what I'm looking at. If you guys have more requests, let me know in the comment section below. I was going in 100% on a rug pull coin. Is that a good idea? No. Markets closed, go home. Crypto's never closed. What about SCC a coin? SIA. That's why I love crypto, because the markets is never closed. So, you know, you can't go wrong with that. Is this on Mexc? SIA? No, it's not. Is it on, like... okay, we're looking at a coin that... SIA. I've heard of this before, I thought. I don't see it anywhere. Where would I chart this? Is it on Dex Tools? I don't really like looking at complete shit coins. SIA? I feel like I'm missing something. SIA. I don't see it anywhere. SIA. That's kind of interesting. Okay, I'm not sure why I can't chart it. That says SUIA. Is this it? I don't think that's it, is it? Let me know if this is it. Is it worth 15 cents right now? Oh, it's SC? Alright. There you go. Alright, so looking at the weekly chart for SIA coin. Let's see what this is doing really quick. I need to find something, and I don't know where it went. I guess I don't need that. Alright, so SIA coin right now on the weekly time frame. So that's going to put a lower high end on the weekly. So SIA to me really... Actually, no, that's... That could, as long as it doesn't lose now the level of 206 when it goes down, that would probably put a higher low end on the weekly. The 3-day right now is going to put a higher low end, so probably the weekly will as well. The daily is already about to bounce. The 4-hour chart is making a lower high, but really keep it simple. Just kind of look at these support and resistance zones. That's obviously going to be resistance, and this is going to be a local low that you got to bounce off of, and then this is also a local low. So really, as long as you hold the level of 558 or 56, you can look for a bullish continuation to the upside. I don't love this coin, just based on the fact that's not like you fell pretty fast here. It's going to put a higher low in probably. Also would say if you do put a low in here, you've been at this level for a while. If you hold this level, this could actually already be your low. So it doesn't look bad. I would personally not trade. I would trade something else, but actually it doesn't look horrible all things considered. And actually that is support where you are right now because you use it as a resistance one. So actually I kind of like where this actually isn't that bad of a trade it's set up. So I was going to say I wouldn't buy this, but actually I'm not saying I would buy it, but I might take a trade on based on that. I didn't realize that was once resistance, now turned into support. So if you hold this level here at 7.7, we'll call it, this is actually pretty bullish setup on SC coin. You could easily have a stop loss at 7.7 and have a take profit up here at 13.29, or just let it run above that. I don't love how fast that fell, though. That is not really a falling wedge. That's just kind of a dump. But if you hold 7.7, it won't matter. So SC looks good to me if you hold the level of 7.7. If you don't, I mean, just get out of the trade. So that's what I'm looking at for SC coin. If you guys have any other requests, let me know. What is Bitcoin doing? I'm not liking it, Bitcoin. I need you to keep going up. Anyways, I made some good money on this. I can't really complain, but this is also a falling wedge here on Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame. So I would look for probably another continuation pattern on Bitcoin. It is a 1 minute time frame, so take it with a grain of salt. How's a 15 looking? Yeah, 15 is getting overbought, so really this is probably getting unlikely. It plays out longer term. Later tonight, I could see this going even higher, but you know, I bet your high's in for the night at least. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. This falling wedge could say, if these play out 68% of the time, the measure move is 43,580 is basically the measure move out of this falling wedge. I'm going to actually put my stop loss right below this last local low here at 43,363, because if it loses that level, that's going to be making a new low. So 43,363 is really the price you have to hold to remain bullish. If you don't hold this level, it's game over anyways. So hold on a second. Let me download this video really quick. Then I'm going to go over to Mexc and add that stop loss in. Thank you guys for the likes, or the 1 like. So let's look at this really quick. Let me log in. I could do it on my phone, but you know, I'm streaming, so. Log in really quick. Alright, just a second. Alrighty. Alright, I'm going to go over to my futures account now. See, this is the trade we're in. We're up $80. Can you guys see that? What is happening? I don't care, bro. I'm up $80 on the trade. I only used, what does it say? $7 to $18. So that's what we got going on right now. Up 400% on the trade. I'm going to put my stop loss in right where did I say? So right now my stop loss is at 43,000. I'm going to move it to 43,363. Lock in $76 profit off of $19. I can't really complain about that. Let me see what the price is now. Yeah, so that's not too far below where we are now. That's only about $50 away, but look, you're already getting the move to the upside. So you're already getting the move to the upside out of the falling wedge. So we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens. That's what we're looking at right now. If this makes a lower high, then what worries me right now is the 15 is making a lower high. So, but technically, I would say this as well. 44.4 is the target. As long as you stay above 43.2, we're still bullish short term, I think. Yeah. Technically, even if you stay above 42.860, you're bullish longer term, but I'm looking at the really small time frames. I really could. My stop loss, technically, according to this trade, should be at 43.142. Do I want to move my stop loss down to 43.142? How much? I might do that just to hopefully stay in the trade a little longer. But that is a local low. That's still going to be locking me in a little bit more money. I'm going to do that. That way I have, you know, if it goes lower, if it goes down to the 43.142, it's more likely it's actually going to stop me out. Or it's more likely the trend is over. That is a lower high right now, though. But that's what we're looking at. technically that's my trade setup I entered based on that yellow line. So if you lose that yellow line, I want to be out of the trade. So I'm going to stick to how I enter the trade in my strategy. I'm not going to move my stop loss up too aggressively because there's a chance that this dolphin dips, makes a slightly lower low, and then longer term you continue up. You never know, and then I'd be annoyed. But I was still locking $60 off of $19, so I can't really complain. And that's what we got going on right now for this trade. What do I think about FLR coin? Let's go look at that. FLR. I've never heard of it. FLR. It's on Coinbase, so I'll just use the Coinbase chart. If I want to look at it on the weekly, it's overbought, making a lower high, but I think the trend is very strong, so that is the weekly. The 3-day is about to make a higher low, so that is a good sign, but technically that is still a lower high, even on the 3-day, because never got completely oversold, but that looks like healthy consolidation. The daily right now is probably trying to make you want to buy in here because you see it curving up, but it's going to curve back down, get completely oversold, and then you want to see the bounce up. That's usually what happens. I wouldn't buy in until it's oversold, but the daily does look good to me for a move back to the upside, and it's going to put a higher low in. The 4-hour chart right now, same thing. I like what I'm looking at on whatever this coin is, but realistically, there's not enough price data to tell you where the resistance is to the upside, so I can't tell you. It looks good, but there's no data. I mean, like, to me, there's no resistance data up to the upside on the smaller time frame, so I would be cautious. I would probably not touch this. Would I buy this based off the lack of TA? No, not really, because there's no you dumped really fast, and now you're pumping really fast with really no slowdown. I mean, you're not a lot today, but if you look at the 3-day, it looks like you're going straight up. So I'd be cautious about this, but I would, it looks, if you want to be, it's in an uptrend. That's all I'll say. So Bitcoin continuing its move up. Let's see if we can get up to the target 43,573. The 1 minute's already overbought, so I don't know. The 5 minute, 5 minutes probably, again, same thing. 5 minutes in a downtrend. I don't think it's going to curve back up. I think it's going to go to the downside. So 5 minutes probably in a downtrend. That's not a good sign for my long. And the 15 is curving down as well. So I don't know, but 3 minute has gas. 3 minute could rip to the upside on Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens. But thank you for the follow. So that's kind of all I got, guys. If there's, LMX, LCX. I can look at LCX. I don't have LMX. The weekly chart right now, I appreciate if you hit the likes as well if I'm looking at these coins for you guys. So you have resistance at 16, or support I should say at 16 on whatever coin this is, LCX. So then you also have probably some resistance up there at 32.3. So that's what we're looking at, nothing crazy. And support at 16.5. So thank you for the likes. So that's what I'm looking at. If we look at the 3-day chart, it's overbought. Daily's overbought. That doesn't mean they can't keep going up. You probably do go to this next resistance up here at 32.3 on this coin. This is on Coinbase, so it's IMX. Hold on, let me look. It's on, okay, it's on Binance. So IMX is making a falling wedge or some kind of flag here on the weekly. That's going to make a higher low, but still is more downside on the weekly. But the 3-day is ready. It's already curving up, getting the bounce. The daily right now is also getting the bounce to the upside. That looks good in my opinion. The 4-hour is also overbought. So let's go back to the 4-hour chart and let's kind of chart, or the 3-day I should say, and let's kind of chart the resistances. So that's resistance there. That's support there. That's more support down, way down there, which probably won't even matter. And that's what we're looking at. So you're in the range between 160 and basically 260 is what I'm looking at right now on LCX. No, on IMX now is what we're at. Also, again, you have a falling wedge on that daily time frame. So to me, it's very likely that this coin, IMX, which is on Binance, is not on Mexc. I don't know, maybe it's on Coinbase. It's a very likely that this falling wedge breaks out to the upside and continues its rally. So if you just want to take the conservative target right now on IMX, The conservative target would get you just back to that resistance, maybe slightly higher for a higher high, up to 270, 280. I'll say 270, and that's what we're looking at. The problem is the dailies are already overbought, so I'd be cautious here, but that is the major move is 270 for IMX. So that's what we're looking at. We just looked at that. So if you guys have any other requests, let me know. You know, we're also live on YouTube, so go check that out. Check out the Telegram. And with that being said, guys, that's all I got. If you guys enjoyed this, appreciate if you hit the follow button. And I'll be back live Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time. And so until then, trade safe. And I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm going to go post this other crypto thingy. But I'm going to wrap things up. And I'll see you guys on Saturday for our next live stream. Until then, have a great week. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. I think by Saturday, I think Bitcoin will continue higher to the upside. And I believe Bitcoin will be... Let me just get out of here. I think Bitcoin is going to be... But I think Bitcoin's going to be between... 44.4 and 47.2 by the time I get back here on Saturday. I think we continue to the upside. We'll see what happens, but that's my prediction. I'm gonna post this, get out of here, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. In the meantime, I'll post videos on YouTube, so go subscribe to me on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. I gotta post this really quick. I'm gonna end the YouTube live stream.